Welcome everyone to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Let's get right into it and hop in our email here. See what this first email says. It says, "Hiya, I used to build my own PCs, but now I don't have time anymore. Can you help? You think you can get the CPU to 4150 megahertz for me? Let's overclock the GPU to 2015 megahertz. I like nice new shiny components. I read that Arctic parts are really good." All right, so for 3,750 bucks, he wants us to build him a overclocked PC. Let's accept that one. The next one here says, "Can you help me out with something? I'm after a new rig. Can you build something good? Do you think you can get Football Manager 2017 running? Can you do it in 7 days? Heard you guys put used parts in PCs. Please don't do that. I read that AMD parts are really good." All right, so $3,000 to build PC that can run Football Manager 2017 at recommended spec. I think we can make that happen as well. And the last one we're going to do for today says, "With the additional storage space, I had no problems tracking down everything I needed to know about LeDraw and his operation. There was a trail of messages between him and a dozen other CCG nuts. Tournament players, streamers, hardcore fans. There was a lot missing, or that I couldn't access, but a picture was beginning to form. LeDraw and his cronies were planning to rig the big tournament and take home the grand prize for themselves. It was going to be up to me to stop them. After all, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a cheater. There was just one little problem. LeDraw and his goons acted quickly when Sam came to me asking for an upgrade. She must have been getting too close to the truth, and now that I was neck deep in their business, I knew it was only a matter of time before they got me too. It was 3 in the morning when they kicked in my door. I sat bolt upright, tried to act like I was still working hard, in case I was a client with a paycheck. Then I changed my mind and tried to act like I hadn't worked in months, in case it was about my unpaid taxes. It turned out maybe the tax man wouldn't have been so bad. At least they don't usually carry baseball bats. I got out with a few bruises and a broken nose, but the damage to my PC was pretty bad. I just hoped I could get it repaired in time to figure out a way of stopping LeDraw." Alright, so that entire short story there was to let us know his PC's messed up and needs to be fixed. Sounds like a good bit of damage. So, let's go ahead and accept that one. Let's go back to this. I'm going to step away for just a moment, get a build put together, and be right back. Alright, so for this first build, we're going to go with a Gigabyte X470 Aorus Gaming 7 motherboard, a Ryzen 7 2700X, an Arctic Freezer 33 Esports Edition in green, 4 sticks of Gigabyte Aorus, excuse me, RGB RAM 8GB 3200 megahertz, 2 Gigabyte RTX 2070s, which hopefully will overclock to that 2015 megahertz, a Patriot Scorch M.2, two 3 terabyte hard drives, 850 watt power supply, and we're going to put it in the Corsair Carbide Series Air 740. All right. So hopefully all those things will overclock to what they're looking for. This next one needs to run Football Manager, so let's open Will It Run. You guys tell that my scroll wheel is messing up? Like it's stupid Razer mouse. They don't want to get back with me about RMAing it. It's still under warranty, but they say they're supposed to get back with you in a day. It's been a week and I've sent multiple emails and tried to call. So I guess we will see. May just have to buy a new mouse. Anyway, Football Manager 2017 recommended spec. Needs an i3 6320 and a 1050. With their $3,000 budget, I'm pretty sure I will be able to do something better than that. So let me step away, get this build put together, and I will be right back. Alright, and for the, what is this? Football Manager 2017 build, we're going to go with the Asus ROG Strix X470 gaming motherboard. We're going to do another Ryzen 7 2700X, an NZXT Kraken X52, 2 sticks of G-Skill Trident Z 16 gig, 3866 megahertz, an AMD Radeon 7 1,000 watt power supply, a 960 gig M.2 drive, and we're going to put that in the NZXT H210i. All right, so let's go ahead and buy all of this stuff for a next day delivery, maybe. There it goes. Geez, I clicked it about 4 times. Okay, well, let's go end our day. Excuse me. Let's go end our day. Get in our parts and the repair that sounds like it's all beat up. I wish they would actually add that to the game. If somebody beat the crap out of this thing, it would be nice. See it all beat up. Alright, this one goes with strong square. And that one goes with a sleep boy. Alright, let's take a look at this. Let's go ahead and take the side panel off. It won't power up at all. Let's take this side panel off. Let's check the power supply first. I'm sure it's going to be more than just the power supply with a $1,000 budget to fix it. Let's see. So that is broken, so we'll need to order another one of those. Let's see what else is broken here. See if the graphics card. Graphics card's also broken. I want this front panel. Oh, it's still plugged in. That's why it won't come off. Let's get this CPU cooler out. Let's just take this whole thing apart. Be the easiest. See if anything else is broken. Get the RAM out of there. I have this feeling that the motherboard may be broken as well, so we will see. All right. Motherboard is good. Let's put it back in. Let's take a look at the RAM. RAM is also good, so let's put that back in as well. Let's check the CPU. Also working. Check the cooler. Cooler is also broken. We need to get one of those. M.2 drive's good though. Alright. Whoops. So we need another Antec Mercury. 1080 Gaming X. 450 watt power supply. It's one of those. Do I have a new one of those in my inventory? Let's check. I do. Well, let's just go ahead and pop that in. Let's sell that broken one. Let's go get the power supply we need. What was it, 450 B3? Let's do a same-day delivery. Let's get this put back together. Say CPU cooling. Let's get rid of that broken one. And we'll get the power supply in. Let's get rid of that broken one. And we can cable this up. Don't remember what color was in there, but let's just do red. Let's go ahead and get the front of this case put back together. I think there's a button on there we need to plug in. Yep. We'll see if this powers up. Let me hop into the BIOS real quick. Make sure XMP's on. Make sure it's booting from the right drive. Alright, looks good to me. Let's get the side panels put back on. Alright, let's get this thing out in the hallway. And we can start on this build. Get this thing taken apart. Alright, let's get our motherboard in. Now this thing's getting 4 sticks of RAM. So let's get the CPU and the RAM in. Just getting the gigabyte Aorus RAM. All right. This need to come off for us to put the cooler. Oh, this one's getting an air cooler. That's right. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. Guess they'll get 16 gigs less RAM. Get these out of our way. Let's get our M.2. I was getting the Patriot Scorch. And a bunch of hard drives. Let's get those in as well. Come on. Two hard drives. Let's get our two 2070s in there. Really? I can't put two 2070s? Oh. No SLI. Did not know that. Well, alrighty then. Wonder if it's the motherboard. No, because I don't see an SLI connector on the 2070. I haven't done anything in real life with the 2070, so It's not surprising that I didn't know. Alright, let's cable this up. I'm going to go with green to hopefully match this cooler. Oh, those must be the hard drives. Let's get some of this case put back together. Let's put the top panel back on. Let's power this up. We will hop into the BIOS. Let's turn our XMP on. Don't think we need to overclock the CPU because it's already beating the 4150 score. We are going to have to overclock this 2070, so hopefully we can get that to overclock. Let's get 3D Mark on here. Let's get GPU tuner on here. And the lighting app. So I want to change some of that lighting, see if I can't make it green. I don't want it like too bright of green. I think that's about as green as it's going to get, is like a mint color. Oh well. Alright. Get the GPU tuner on here. They wanted it overclocked to 2015. Alright. So I'm going to run a 3D Mark. If it blue screens or gets a score either way, I'll come right back. Alright, so there's our score, 9352. Don't think that matters. That definitely means that our overclock was stable. Let's get this case put back together. And we can get this out in the hallway. I think that turned out pretty nice. Alright, let's get this thing out in the hall. Let's get started on our little mini ITX build. Let's get this case pulled apart. Does that have to come out? I don't think so. Let's go ahead, get our motherboard installed. And we'll get it ready for a RAM and CPU. Got another 2700X for this build. And 2 sticks of a G-Skill Trident Z. Let's get our M.2 drive installed. Man, can't select things. Get our thermal paste on here. And we can get our cooler installed, which is the X52. Let's get our graphics card in. This is the RADEON 7. Get our power supply. Was this 1,000 watt? That's a huge power supply. All right. Get the front of this case put back together. Get the dust filter on here. The front panel. Let's cable this. Let's cable it with red. Whoops. Get everything cabled up. All right. Get our USB drive installed. We'll boot it, hop into the BIOS, I'll turn XMP on. We will let the OS install, and this one should be good to go. I don't like that NZXT though. Let's put our lighting app on real quick. Okay. Let's change it all to red. That looks better. Let's get our side panels on here. All right. Turned out pretty good. Pretty dang good. Let's get this thing out in the hallway. Let's collect some money. Close this junk out of our way. 5 stars on that one. And that one. And that one. Unlock some cases. Some 4266 megahertz RAM. Daily deals. As well as some new emails, which we will get to in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next episode.